On the news this morning, governors of southern states agree next president of Nigeria must come from southern region. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo denies plan to float new party. President Buhari directs security agencies to ensure release of kidnapped Kaduna students. Man jailed for defiling his house help in Port Harcourt. On the foreign scene, Germany lifts ban on tourists from UK, Portugal. I am Ifiemi Andrew. Southern governors have agreed that the next president of Nigeria should come from the region. Chairman of the Southern Governors Forum, Rotimi Akeredolu, said this while reading from a communique jointly signed by the governors after a closed-door meeting at the Lagos State Government House yesterday.
The forum reaffirmed their commitment to the unity of Nigeria on the pillars of equity, fairness, justice, progress, and peaceful coexistence between and amongst its people. The forum reiterates its commitment to the policies of equity, fairness, and unanimously agreed that the presidency of Nigeria be rotated between southern and northern Nigeria, and resolved that the next president of Nigeria should emerge from the south.
The forum also set September 21 as the deadline for the enactment of anti-open grazing law among its member states.
The forum set a timeline of Wednesday, the 1st of September 2021 for the promulgation of the open grazing law in all its member states.
The governors also commended the passage of the Petroleum Industry Bill by the National Assembly, but rejected the proposed 3% share of the oil revenue to host community as recommended by the Senate.
The forum commends the National Assembly for the progress made in the passage of the PIB. The forum, however, rejects in very strong terms the proposed 3% for host community and supports 5% share of the oil revenue to the host communities as recommended by the House of Representatives. The forum also rejects the proposed 30% share of profit for the exploration of oil and gas in the basins.
The Apex Igbo Socio-Cultural Organization Ohaneze Ndigbo has urged the Southern Governors Forum to zone the 2023 presidency to the southeast. Spokesman for the Ohaneze, Alex Ogbonnaya, said zoning the presidency to the southeast is in the interest of fair play and justice. Meanwhile, the Yoruba Socio-Cultural Group of Afenifere says it will not support any presidential candidate until the constitution is changed. A political activist and leader Network for the Defense of Democracy and Good Governance NDDGG, Ambassador Sobomabo Jackridge, has commended the 9th Senate for passing the Petroleum Industry Bill into law. Ambassador Jackridge gave the commendation during a grand reception held in his honor by the people of Ogbogoro community in Obiakpo local government area. He, however, called on the Senate to reconsider an upward review of the 3% payment to host communities.
Let me thank our distinguished senator for their historic passage of the PIB into law. But my plea with the federal government is that it should not be politicized. I also want to plead that the federal government should not take the Niger Delta for granted. This oil are being mined from these oil-producing communities, and we are all known to be fishermen and farmers. But today, the oil have destroyed all our farmlands, our aquatic lives, our fishermen and women go to fishing without getting nothing. And this is our only source of livelihood. So for everything, we are pleading with the federal government to consider the 3% given to the oil-producing communities, as it is too small for us.
Sobomabo Jackridge, who is also the leader of Kengema Unity Forum, while urging Rivers people to consciously participate in electoral processes, urged them to resist the imposition of candidates.
Be careful. If you leave these people that have stolen all the money from River State, shouting that the federal government are doing wrong thing, but they are doing the worst in River State. You cannot be calling people thieves and you are stealing. They want to bring somebody to succeed them so that they can continue to steal, to enslave us, so that they can continue to enthrone court people. This is the time for us to resist them. Court man and woman cannot rule River State any longer. We don't need to swear oath before becoming an appointee. You don't need to sign a form before you become a councillor. Remember, tomorrow they will come and rush to begin to do one project earlier so that you will support their candidate. Don't support their candidate.
On his part, Gift Wolu, who spoke on behalf of Ogbogoro community, commended Sobomabo Jack Rich for single-handedly renovating the palace hall of the paramount ruler of the community, His Royal Highness Wosa Elinwo Nsirim Webilo.
Their benevolence attitude shown on us on your transitory visit to Obogoro is highly appreciated. You were touched to visit the palace of Chief Wosa Elinwo Nsirim Webilo. You were touched to the sorry and dilapidated state of his seat of power, his community hall, where he sits and carry out all his internal meetings. You reclined and invoked your philanthropic spirit and gave order that the hall be renovated and the cost to be borne by you, and wiped away the tears in the eyes of the paramount ruler and the chairman of Obogoro Council of Chiefs and Elders. We say thank you. We will today be adopting you as one of our sons in Rum Palikwada and Rum Bishop communities in Obogoro town.
On his part, correspondent Emeka Otuka reports that the high point of the event was the commissioning of the Palace Hall by Ambassador Sobomabo Jack Rich. In another development, Noble Laureate Wole Soyinka has asked the federal government to apologize to Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Igboho after officials of the Department of State Services invaded his home and killed 2 of his associates. Professor Soyinka, in an interview with BBC Pidgin, said although he does not like the sound of a Yoruba nation any more than he likes the sound of a Tiv or Igbo nation, the country must be restructured. The DSS invaded Igboho's house in Ibadan, Oyo State early on Thursday. Based on intelligence it said it had received that he was stockpiling arms to cause chaos within the region. Human rights organization Women Empowerment and Legal Aids has demanded a probe into the death of a girl, Jumoke Oyeleke, reportedly killed during the Yoruba Nation rally held on Saturday. Jumoke was allegedly shot by police during the rally, a claim the security agency has denied. But the organization, in a letter signed by Fumi Falana, said the probe will provide more insight into the conditions that led to Jumoke's death. The family of Jumoke has also threatened to sue the Lagos State government and the police over her death. Moving on, former President Olusegun Obasanjo says he has no plan to float any political party in the future. Obasanjo, who was in Kabul, Afghanistan, was reacting to a report that he picked 3 former governors as coordinators of a new party. In a statement, the former president said he is done with partisan politics. A youth leader in Rundele community, Wosu Ugo Young, and scores of his supporters have defected from the PDP to the APC. Mr. Ugo Young, at a brief ceremony organized by the APC in Rundele, said he left the PDP because there's not been any dividends of democracy in Rundele community under Governor Wike's administration. He called on those who are still in the PDP to come to the APC where their voice would be heard.
Words are easily said, but action speaks louder. I'm from Rundele, I'm from more local governments. You can tell yourself that there is no development here. If government is existing, we don't know. Me leaving PDP to APC is because I have seen light and I've seen truth. No matter what you do, light is light and truth is truth. I urge everybody to come over to APC. Let's continue from where we stopped. What we are enjoying today in the Emua local government are things we got from our father, former governor of River State. So let's come here, let's work as a team and get back what belongs to us.
On his part, the leaders of APC in Rundele, Lucky Wolu, urged the state government to declare a state of emergency on projects in the community.
APC is a moving train, it's not a ship. The ship can sink, the train is not going to sink. Look at the College of Education, was brought by Chief Minister about TPC in those days, federal government institution, transversed to a state institution today. But because a particular set of people will sit down and say, look, this community, because we are peaceful, they've abandoned that compound, 1,000 plot of land. Is it fair? This is the only time in the history of Rundele, from the state to the local government, we are not in any position.
Also, the President General of Emoha Progressive Minds, Prince Andy Agbovu, said the defection of Wosu Ugo Young to the APC is the end of PDP in Rundele community.
With the coming of Ambassador Young and hundreds of his followers into APC today, this truly means that PDP is dead at Rundele. He has been the life support machine for PDP in Rundele all this while, but he got nothing in return. Let me put the record straight that none of our PDP brothers are occupying any position in the current administration of Governor Wike. We have none in the state PDP ESCO. We have equally none in the LGA ESCO. If councillorship position was not a political birthright of every community, it would have also been zoned to one PDP big weights in the LGA level. I wonder what you of our people are still doing in the PDP.
Our correspondent reports that the event was attended by Emeka Beke, Samson Agbaru, Chizi Enyi, among others. Still ahead, man jailed for defiling his house help in Port Harcourt. Stay tuned.
Design and Helping Hand Development Initiative presents Helping Entrepreneurs Program, HELP. Are you a student in need of an avenue to raise your fees? Are you seeking funds to establish your dream business? Do you already have your own business and want funds to expand it? HELP is here for you. Helping Entrepreneurs Program offers business training, free skill acquisition, and provides access to business funding, both grants and loans. Our mission is to fight poverty and unemployment by supporting enterprise and capacity building towards financial freedom. Come and identify with us as we launch this epoch-making program on the 10th of July 2021 at the Sweet Spirit Hotel and Suites, 79 Stadium Road, Elikahia, Port Harcourt, River State. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. For inquiries, call 0812-360-2560. Helping Entrepreneurs Program. Entrepreneurship development at its best.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Two persons have died after bandits invaded Bethel Baptist Church, a private college in Kaduna State, kidnapping an unspecified number of students. Eyewitnesses said the bandits came in, shooting into the air before whisking the students away. 4 of the students escaped. This latest kidnapped incident comes barely one day after gunmen suspected to be kidnappers attacked the National Tuberculosis and Leprosy Center in Zaria, Kaduna State, abducting 7 people, including nursing mothers. In the meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari has directed the military, police, and intelligence agencies to ensure safe and early release of all kidnapped victims. The president, in a statement, said the disturbing incidents of kidnapping students, mostly northern Nigeria, is threatening to undermine efforts in boosting school enrollment in the states that were declared educationally backward. The Kaduna State government has, however, shut down 13 schools over rising insecurity. Some private school owners operating in Rumekini, Obiakpo local government area, have accused local vigilante OSPAC of imposing a monthly 5,000 naira security levy on them. The proprietors, under the aegis of Professional Private School Owners Forum of Nigeria, in an interview with our correspondent, appealed to the leadership of OSPAC and Rumekini to reconsider and collect the monthly 100 naira that is being paid by other residents in the area.
We are not. They said that they want us to be paying 5,000 naira per monthly. So that's why I said earlier. I said if you look at the ways schools are operating, we don't operate per month. We operate per session. So what we are just trying to say is they should come down from that price. We are going to work with them.
We are not working like every other person, as in daily business. And we have other things, the government that we pay taxes to. So paying 100,000 to them, no. They're not happy at all. And all what we want, we are not saying we can support them. We can actually support them, but not for them to impose something,
We are not avoiding that issue of security. Security is very important. You know the country we are in now. So I think it's very important we also partner with them in that. At least if they can come down to what we have said, like the 500 naira.
The chairman of OSPAC, Rumekini Chidi Amadi, has not responded to this allegation as his mobile phone is switched off. A 40-year-old man, Ifiemi Ezeji, has been jailed for 7 years without the option of a fine for defiling his 12-year-old house help in Port Harcourt. A magistrate court found him guilty of one-count charge of defilement that was committed on February 11 at Eastern Bypass Axis of Port Harcourt. The Chief Magistrate, Felicitas Amanze, in her judgment, said the prosecution team proved their case. She said the defense team was not able to contradict the evidence before the court, as Mr. Ezeji's denial of his statement was an afterthought. Correspondent Sebiruwaya reports that the court also frowned at the attempt by the family of the victim and Mr. Ezeji to settle out of court. FIDA's legal officer in River State, Esther Achokorate, spoke to newsmen on this.
Appeal to victims and parents of victims out there to stop settling cases of this nature, because from the fact of this case, during the hearing we heard from the court that the parents tried to settle this matter for 150,000 naira, which is absurd. A child has been deferred and a parents want to take 150,000 naira to settle this matter. So we are calling people out there. The culture of silence has been broken. People should see something and say something, especially cases of this nature, cases of deferment should be reported. There is hope and there is justice.
Also, the lawyer to Mr. Ezeji, Lucy F. Young, also spoke on the judgment.
The defendant defiled a child of 12 years old, and at that instant a lot of investigation entered into the matter, and when we came to the final conclusion, we discovered that he actually committed the offense. We just thank God for the wisdom of the magistrate Amanze that looked into the matter, was able to fish out the truth in it. The medical report was tendered, and the investigation that took place by the police, they were able to prove that this young child was actually defiled. We are grateful for the judgment, and we allow justice to take its course.
The news continues shortly after this break. Stay tuned.
The European club football season is over, but football never sleeps. Enter the UEFA European Football Championship. The pandemic could only delay, but never deny the fans the excitement they crave as the Euros take center stage. It's Euro 2020 in 2021, with scenes all over the European continent, traversing state lines and capitals, from Rome to Baku, St. Petersburg, Amsterdam, Bucharest, Glasgow, Copenhagen, Seville, Munich, and London. The coverage is global and the cast nationwide, covering every blade of grass on Nigeria's #1 radio station for sports and talk, Nigeria Info. Reach out for sponsorship and advertising. Euro 2020 with Femi and the gang on Nigeria Info. Live football, just the way you like it. The European club football season is over, but football never sleeps. Enter the UEFA European Football Championship. The pandemic could only delay, but never deny the fans the excitement they crave as the Euros take center stage. It's Euro 2020 in 2021.
An APC stalwart in Omuma local government area, Choma Alozie, is demanding for the arrest of the lawmaker representing Omuma State constituency, Kelechi Wogu, for allegedly sponsoring thug. that attacked and beat up a federal lawmaker, Ifiemi, yesterday in Eberi, Omuma. Mr. Alozie, in an interview, accused Kelechi Nwogu of being responsible for the incessant attacks on members of the APC in Omuma during their gatherings, especially the deadly attack at the last visit of the Minister of Transportation, Chibike Amechi, to Omuma local government area. He called on the Inspector General of Police and the River State Commissioner of Police to intervene in the matter in order to forestall further attacks on them.
I'm calling the Inspector General of Police and the Commissioner of Police from River State to call for his arrest, because this young man, Kelechi Nwogu, has been terrorizing Omuma. Precisely, anytime we have any location, he will be causing problem in the Ward 1, but he's the one sponsoring everything. I am therefore calling for arrest of Honorable Kelechi Nwogu, which is groups for attacking Honorable Ifiemi, the member representing Omuma Chief.
Chioma Alozie, who said he witnessed yesterday's attack at the Omuma APC reconciliation meeting in Eberi Ward 1, narrated how they scampered for safety when thugs allegedly stormed the venue, shooting in the air and beating up Mr. Nwogu, who represents Eche Omuma Federal Constituency.
There was an issue between the Ward 1 youths and the leaders of the Ward 1. So, unknown gunmen come to the venue, started shooting sporadically. People were running away. One of them walked down to the venue. They slapped the Honorable Ifiemi, representing Omuma and the Eche constituency. They started, took away the microphone from him, started shooting. His Honorable Kelechi Nwogu has sponsored the shooting and the slapping of Honorable Ifiemi.
When contacted, Kelechi Nwogu, through his aide, Gift Okere, said that what happened at Omuma was an internal crisis of the APC in Omuma and has nothing to do with Kelechi Nwogu.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Germany is lifting a COVID-related travel ban on people from the UK and four other variant-hit countries. The restrictions, which also apply to people from Portugal, Russia, India and Nepal, will be relaxed from tomorrow. The 5 countries have until now been classified as virus variant areas because of the spread of the Delta and Delta Plus variants, which were first identified in India. Visitors who are fully vaccinated will also not be required to quarantine. On the news this morning, you heard that governors of southern states have agreed that the next president of Nigeria must come from the southern region. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has denied plans to float a new political party. President Buhari has directed security agencies to ensure the release of kidnapped Kaduna students. A man has been jailed for defiling his house help in Port Harcourt. On the foreign scene, Germany has lifted the ban on tourists from UK and Portugal. The news was edited by Martha Okere. Contact our newsroom on 0818-900-0017. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this morning. I am Ifiemi Andrew. Thank you for listening and bye-bye for now.